Supreme Court Judge Dave Smuts praised President Geingob for his unwavering commitment to uphold the independence of the judiciary. Smuts emphasized that Geingob's efforts ensured that the judiciary remained free from external influence, safeguarding the principles of fairness and justice in the country. He highlighted Geingob's crucial role in drafting and implementing constitutional provisions that protect fundamental rights, including the presumption of innocence and the right to legal representation.
Coming from a history where human rights were so badly abused, where you had massive detention without trial, and you had just the overwhelming abuse of human rights. And that was in the 80s. But even before that, if you look at the history of the country, even in the earlier colonial time, where there was land and other forms of deprivation, and treating of people as completely second-class, third-class citizens, really, that provision in the Constitution was important to enshrine equality, liberty, and those kind of rights.
The Minister of Justice, Yvonne Dausab, praised Geingob's inclusive approach to lawmaking, which sought to address the diverse needs of the population and promote social justice.
And I mean, there are different schools of thoughts about the place of the 1982 constitutional principles and whether or not the Namibian constitution is an indigenous document and so forth. But I think the role that the Constituent Assembly played makes it a uniquely Namibian document. The president recognized the role of traditional communities, and that's reflected in our Traditional Authorities Act. The traditional leadership has the responsibility to make sure that the communities that they are responsible for are taken care of in terms of their welfare.
The former ombudsman, John Walters, commended late President Geingob for his role in promoting transparency and accountability in governance. Walters stated that Geingob's commitment to good governance principles strengthened Namibia's legal framework, setting a solid foundation for democracy and the rule of law.
And I believe he introduced, the late president introduced that performance agreements, that he even signed agreements with his ministers. Unfortunately, for the general public, we did not know what the content was, and the performance was not made public, how the ministers perform. But that was a good exercise.
Secretary to the National Assembly, Tosi Namiseb, underscored Geingob's dedication to ensuring that the law serves the interest of all Namibians.
One of the good things that our late president was championing is not only the independence of the judiciary, but through the engagements that he had with Parliament, with the Speaker, with the Chairperson of the National Council, he would always inquire about parliamentary administration. How independent is Parliament administered, and is it not time to have a Parliamentary Service Commission?
As Namibia mourns the death of President Hage Geingob, his legacy in the administration of justice and the development of the law remains a cornerstone of the nation's legal system. Daniel Nadung, NBC News, Windhoek.